What's up, anime and webtoon enjoyers? Welcome back to the channel. One as your host, of course. Today we're tackling a titan of the digital age. It's a series that has exploded in popularity over the past few years, generating hype trains and massive fan bases. That's right, we're tackling Solo Leveling today. I'm not here to say Solo Leveling is good. I'm not saying Solo Leveling is bad. Far from it. What I'm here to discuss is why, for many reasons, myself included, is that this massive popular series is unfortunately mediocre. It's not a masterpiece, it's not peak fiction, it's just mediocre. Solo Leveling has a good hook in the beginning. Granted, it's just like your average, oh yeah, level 1 loser to level 100 absolute boss. But it's not bad. It's not this masterful piece. It's right in the middle. It's mediocre. And I think if we all start agreeing with that, the series will get better in due time. So let's get into it. Why Soul Leveling is just mediocre. Soul Leveling has an unattainable hook. Our protagonist, Sun Jin Woo, starts as the weakest hunter of all mankind, barely surviving a monster dungeon to pay his family's medical bills. Then, through a mysterious system, he gains the unique ability to level up, gaining power, skills, and eventually the ability to summon his defeated foes as shadows. It's the ultimate power fantasy, a zero to hero story where the hero just keeps getting stronger. And for a long time, that's incredibly satisfying. The art, especially in the manhwa, is phenomenal, sick, and the dynamic is visually stunning. But let's just peel back the layers here, shall we? Because beneath all that shiny power up latent exterior, Solo Leveling reveals some significant cracks that prevent it from truly reaching its full potential, aka the story.
人を殺してしまった。人をシステムの命令に従っただけとはいえ、俺は今人を殺したんだ。でも殺さなければ俺が死ぬ。もう引き下げることはできない。強者だけが生き残る。
The core appeal of solo leveling is the power fantasy. You want to see the underdog become the strongest in the verse. And for the first few arcs, it delivers on that. Jinwoo's struggles are you could resonate with him. His gain feels earned, and the threats genuinely feel dangerous. The system, with its daily quest and stat potential, creates a satisfying game like progression. However, this is also its biggest weakness. Jin Woo's power progression accelerates so rapidly, so overwhelmingly quick, that the stakes become irrelevant. Once he hits a certain point in the story, no human or beast seems capable of challenging him. Every new boss is simply another stepping stone for him to effortlessly transcend to the next, basically, plane. The narrative becomes a predictable loop. New powerful monster appears, Jinwoo is momentarily inconvenienced, then he curb stomps the living shit out of it with a newer, cooler ability. This absolute dominance leads to a critical lack of tension. If you know the hero is always going to win, always come out unscathed, always be the strongest in the room, then where's the excitement? Where's the narrative tension? The thrill of the fight diminishes when the outcome is never truly in doubt. It becomes less about strategy and more about observing Jinwoo's inevitable victory. Point I like to bring up in this little what is this about? The side characters. This is perhaps the most glaring issue for me. While Sun Jin Woo is obviously the focus, a compelling story also needs a rich supporting cast of side characters to bounce off, to support, just like with Bleach, we have people like, well, the Gote 13, the Espada, basically the others in the Soul Society. We're able to bounce off each other. Ichigo and Renji. We have like, oh yeah, Naruto's friends and Naruto, obviously. In One Piece, we have the side characters, which is able to bounce that off. But in solo leveling, the supporting characters are largely reduced to mere plot devices, or at best, awestruck spectators of Jinwoo's abilities, basically like, wow, so crazy. It's like, come on, let's get real with ourselves.
再測定に先立ってハンターとしての能力系統を確認させてください。ソンハンターはどのような力をお使いですか？
こういうのを出せたりします。
I'm like, let's go over them, shall we? Obviously, we have Cha-Hei is introduced as a very strong female hunter. Her role quickly develops into Jinwoo's love interest and admirer. Her own skills are overshadowed, and her personal agency feels limited. Yo Jin-ho is obviously Jinwoo's loyal sidekick, while initially providing some comic relief and acting as a business partner. His character arc peaks early on, like right now, we're just seeing him be his lackey, basically. And obviously, throughout the series, with as long as the anime too, it shows that they have their moments here and there, but largely are overshadowed, put down, and are forced to be Jinwoo's basically fan base. They're the sideline cheerleaders in their own stories, essentially. None of these characters fully feel realized. They feel like realized individuals with their own motives, fears, and growth. Like they don't feel that way. They don't have their own compelling side stories that intertwine with the main plot. They're just there, witnessing the weakest hunter become the strongest. This leaves the world feeling surprisingly empty, as it's basically, oh yeah, we're just the Jinwoo sidekick cheerleading squad. You need more depth. These characters can't just be one word. You can't just sum up their characters in one word. It makes no sense, and they need their own growth.
ソンハンター、ウ課長からの報告を受けています。まさかそれだけとはおっしゃいませんよね。
そうだよな。もうバレてるし。
Alright, next we're going to tackle some world building. A great concept, but limited execution. The premise of these gates opening and monsters invading, leading to the rise of hunters, is fantastic. It sets up a fertile ground for exploring social changes, global politics, and ethics of power in solo leveling. Solo leveling introduces these concepts, but rarely delves into them with any significant depth. We get a glimpse into other countries' hunters, their rivalries, and their international conferences, but these elements often feel like background noise for Jinwoo's next power up or conflict. The social impact of constant monster threats, the psychological toll on the general populace, the hunter association's bureaucracy, and others, these are hinted at but never truly explored in any way that enriches the narrative. Now, let's go to the narrative nuances and the morality. It's very black and white. Solo leveling often operates in a very black and white moral landscape. Jinwoo is the unquestioned hero fighting against clear-cut evil. His actions, even when destructive or extreme, are almost always framed as necessary or justified. The series rarely explores the ethical implications of his immense power, his control over shadows, or the unattained consequences of his actions on the world. There's little internal conflict once Jinwoo embraces his strength. He doesn't grapple with the burden of power, the potential for corruption, or the moral compromise. that often comes with being a savior. This lack of nuances means the story doesn't challenge the reader or provide deeper thought about the nature of heroism. It's a lot of show and tell, but a lot of telling. It shows that it's just, oh yeah, Jin was good. Is there any complexity to him? No, he's just good. Annie, no, he's just good. No, he's just good. Okay, chill, okay? It just shows that if you write this way, you're gonna basically have a power fantasy that's just cool animation and no real story.
E 級がなんて動きしてんだよ。バカ野郎。
So I just want to irradiate some things. Solo leveling is fun, obviously. It delivers on its promise of an epic power fantasy with stunning art and satisfying animation. If you're looking for a relatively straightforward, visually impressive story where the protagonist just gets stronger and crushes enemies, then you'll probably love solo leveling. However, for those who want more storytelling, more dynamics, more deeper thinking, you're not going to find it in this show. You're not. Just want to save you the trouble. If you're looking for deeper themes, complexities, narrative, you're not going to find it here. So what do you think about solo leveling? Is solo leveling a masterpiece? Or do you agree that's just okay? Or do you think I'm completely off base? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and share the video. Alright, signing off. See ya.
強大な魔力。俺ですら圧倒される。これが孫ハンターの力。